Particular tool is so hidden, it's so insidious that it can come in, sneak in, and undo all the hard work that you've been doing on yourself and bring you right back to square one. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to me, my name is Naila Abdullah. I'm a mental health therapist turned toxic relationship coach. And after overcoming my own personal experiences with both toxic family and romantic relationships, I'm now on a mission to work with women like you, helping you to heal, move on after your own toxic or narcissistic relationships, and not only move on, but also rebuild your life, rebuild your relationships, and make sure that you don't fall back into another toxic relationship. So if that sounds like something you need, go ahead and hit subscribe and stick around. Let's get into this topic. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a hidden form of manipulation. And manipulation is one of the main tools of people who are toxic, who are narcissistic, who likes to control, emotionally break others, right? Manipulation is one of their main tools. However, manipulation can look different, right? It can come in different forms. Now, this particular form that I'm going to talk about here today is one that I don't hear spoken enough about. And it is one of those where you may have been doing work over time on yourself to heal, to move on, to rebuild. However, this particular tool is so hidden, it's so insidious that it can come in, sneak in, and undo all the hard work that you've been doing on yourself and bring you right back to square one. So I really want you to stick around for this. I want you to listen carefully. I want you to apply what you're learning today. And I also want you to feel comfortable to go ahead and put any comments down below if any of this sounds familiar to you, because I've seen it before, it's even worked on me, and I want to share it. I want to expose it to you today. So to give this manipulation tactic a name, I'm going to call it fake support. That is the hidden manipulation tool that they use. This is the tool that they can sneak back into your life after you have already let go, after you have already started to try to work on yourself. They come in with fake support, and I'm going to explain to you what that looks like. So to create a visual of what that looks like of fake support, this hidden tactic that they use, they basically stand on the sidelines, right? People who are narcissistic, people who are toxic, manipulative, they realize that you have figured them out, or you're beginning to figure them out. You're starting to distance yourself, or maybe you have openly distanced yourself already from them, and they stand on the sideline waiting for a way to get back in. Now you may say, why are they trying to get back in, right? We had an argument, they know I don't like them, or they know I don't want to deal with them, or we always have so much conflict. Why would they want to get back in? I'm going to tell you why they want to get back in. But before we go into that, let me tell you what the fake support actually looks like. So that is basically, again, them standing on the sideline. They're waiting for you to be in a moment where you need support, where you need help. And that can come in any form. Maybe you are going through something from a different relationship or from another, anything. It could be work issues, family relationship issues, marital issues, issues with your children, whatever it is, you're in an emotional state where you do need that support, right? It could be financial support. It could be housing support. Anything that you are going through in your life where you are looking for some type of support from someone else. And again, that support can come in any form. So they're waiting for that moment where you are down and out. You are more vulnerable, right? And what they do know about you is that you would like for them to be your support. Even if you have realized that they're toxic, that there's always conflict in the relationship with them, they know some part of you wish that they were different and that they would be able to be the support that you want them to be, right? Again, many of times these toxic relationships are people that are close to you, whether it be family members, a romantic relationship that you really wanted to work out. So they know your desire. They know that you really wish that things could have been different between the two of you, right? So they are waiting for that moment to come in and save the day and be the hero and be that different person that you are wishing for them to be. And they know that you are in a vulnerable state right now, right? So they are again on the sidelines waiting for this moment to come in, be the hero, and get back into your life. Now, as you just heard me say a while ago, you may ask, well, why do they want to come back into my life? We're always fighting. We always have issues, right? I told them I don't want to deal with them anymore. Why would they want to come back into my life? Now, there's a few reasons. Listen carefully. One reason is people who are narcissistic, or have narcissistic traits, people who are just toxic. And again, toxic in its simplest form, the definition is they are detrimental, they are unhealthy to your well-being, right? They are destructive to your well-being, right? That is part of their personality trait. They are known to sabotage relationships. They're not able to keep healthy relationships. They can keep relationships, but not healthy relationships. They are known to sabotage those relationships. So now, even though they sabotage your relationships, they may go through phases where they're isolate, there's always conflict. They need to be connected to people. They get lonely. They get lonely because they can't keep healthy relationships. And even if they do have relationships, they're not healthy. And they don't want that image to the public, right? So people who are narcissistic, they're also very concerned about how they look to the public. They're concerned about how they look to others. So if other people can look and see that, okay, they do have relationships, but their relationships are typically not stable, or it's with other toxic people, they don't only want those relationships. They want to be connected to people like you who are emotionally stable, who appears to have their life together, who are known to be quote unquote good people, right? A good caliber. They want to be connected to people like you as well, because that then makes them look good. Right? Because as time goes on and as people that are narcissistic gets older, people who are toxic gets older, people start to figure them out, right? And they're not able to mask their toxic traits anymore. So they really need to be connected to people who are considered of a high caliber type of person, right? With good characteristics, quality characteristics. They need that connection. So again, other than needing the connection, right? The association with good people, right? Standard high quality people, again, they also get lonely. They don't want to be alone. So that's another reason that they're trying to get back in. The third reason I want you to be aware of is that they don't want to see you happy. This is one of the main things I want you to realize. They do not want to see you happy. So even though they may have been on the sidelines for a week, for a month, for a year, and even multiple years, don't think that they're changing or that they've changed because time has passed. They will hold on to their grudge. They will hold on to their anger, to their hate for years. That is part of their personality, right? So they will be on the sideline for any amount of time. But that does not mean that they have changed. And what it does mean is that they're just waiting for a moment to get back in. So as they see that you are moving on with your life, that you are creating a life maybe that they were not able to create for themselves, they're jealous. They don't like to see that. And they're waiting for that opportunity to get back in, to not only be connected to you, but to break you from the inside, to destroy from the inside. They can't do much on the outside. They can't do much on the sideline other than maybe gossip about you and bring on what they call flying monkeys, right? So they can manipulate other people against you. And those people typically are not your people anyway, because people who are your people can't be manipulated against you. That's another story. But they can't do much from the outside. So they really want to get back in. They really want to get back connected. And what they will do when they get back in, they will also appear to be supportive, right? That's why I call it fake support. That is a hidden manipulative tactic that they use, fake support. So they may give you good advice. They may give you financial support. They may go far for you, right, to help you. But that is their way of getting back in. And the same way that they can come in with what looks like good support, that will turn eventually. Now, for those of you who already know me, you know I don't like to just come here and talk about the toxic people, the narcissists, or people with narcissistic traits. Yes, we need to be aware of the tactics that they use, the strategies that they use. That awareness will allow us to, be aware, be able to protect ourselves, and make sure that we're not manipulated again. However, there's always something within ourselves that we have to also change, where we don't fall back into that toxic relationship again. Because again, I see so often, which is part of my mission here, I see people researching toxic relationships, narcissists, all types of personality traits and disorders. However, they're still stuck. And you're still stuck because you're not then taking the opportunity to look at self. There is something within yourself, which is what I had to do as well. I had to ask, what is it about me that allowed me to get trapped in toxic relationships, right? That allowed me to get stuck there, right? And what do I need to change within Naila to make sure I don't fall back into that again? So I want you to look at self for a moment. How do I avoid falling for this fake support? How do I avoid falling for this hidden manipulative tactic? The answer to that is, don't be desperate. Do not be desperate for them to be who you want them to be. They know that you want them to be that genuine support. They know that you want them to be a reliable person, an honest person, a genuine person. They know that. They know that that is what you desperately want, right? And despite the patterns of behavior that you've seen from them over the years, and again, this is any toxic relationship, whether it be family, romantic, friendships, anything, right? Despite the patterns of behavior that you've seen, all the evidence that you've seen that this person is not healthy for you or for anyone, and that you need to get away from them and stay away from them, you're still holding on to hope that they're going to change. You're still holding on to this fantasy that you've created around them. So to get rid of that desperation, you have to take on acceptance. Acceptance. Repeat that to yourself. Acceptance. Accept that they are not who you want them to be. They're not that now. They were not that last year. They were not that 10, 20 years ago. They won't be that tomorrow. They won't be that next year. You have to accept that. Once you accept that, once you stop looking for it, even if it's in the background, even if it's subconscious, once you stop looking for it, when they swoop in to be Captain Hero, right? You will not fall for it because you have accepted them for who they are. You have accepted that they don't have the capacity to be genuine. You have accepted that they don't genuinely want to see good for you, right? And this is not something that you just came up with and you just had one argument. You know this is not an isolated incident. If you're watching this episode, you're watching this because you are exhausted. You have been through enough where you have seen over time that there's a pattern of behavior that constantly brings chaos into your life, that constantly brings negativity into your life, that you have to question, why is this person, treating me in this way that I don't deserve? Are they really for me or are they against me? Sometimes they seem like they're for you, but then other times they do things to sabotage you or to hurt you or to break you, right? Those ups and downs. I call it the emotional roller coaster, right? You have enough evidence to know that this is not that magical time. Now, let me share a story before I go from my own personal experience. I have a brother who I consider narcissistic. And growing up, you've always, as a little girl, you always want your brothers to be, your keeper, right? Your older brothers to look after you, to mean well for you. And despite, I have multiple brothers, but this particular brother that I do consider narcissistic, I always hoped that we would have that close relationship. Now, there has been a plethora of examples and incidents that shows that this person has issues. This person is an unhappy person. This person has major jealousy issues, right? And even though they may show up here and there, you also see another side where it's like, well, are you for me or are you against me? Are you happy for me or are you not? Now, there was a period of 4 years where I had not seen this brother, right? We may have talked on the phone, but many great things was going on for me. I was graduating, with my different degrees, getting married, major things happening, and this person was not showing up to any of these events. Now, because of unhealthy family teachings, I was accepting of it, I was tolerating of it, and these are all things that I had to unlearn in order to move on, to heal, and to build new healthy relationships. However, the moment that I went through one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, that person suddenly showed up after 4 years. Right? This person is not known to be reliable. This person is known by everyone to not show up when you need them, to lie about coming to places, knowing that they're not going to come, right? And like I said, not just to me, but to everyone. So this is their character. However, when Naila was down and out, when Naila was the most broken she had ever been, which a lot of people were surprised by because people typically consider me to be a strong person, to be able to move through challenges. This was one time where I was just drained. I was just done. And this was a moment after several years of not seeing this brother. He came in. He took the next flight out, right? Now, at that moment, I assumed, wow, maybe this is the time we're going to bond. Maybe this is the time things are going to rekindle within the family and we'll be able to maybe even do things together. And I really took it on with a lot of hope. However, it took about 1 year, not even a whole year, let's say some months, to realize that this person had not changed. This person took this opportunity to try to further break what he considers a strong person, right? A person that has been through many challenges, a person that is resilient. And he took this opportunity to say, okay, now she's down. Now I can get her. Now I can get control, because that's really what it's about. It's about control, right? And when I saw this, that is when I had to start. I had to rescue myself. I had to heal myself. I had to be honest with myself and accept that I was about 30 at that time. 30 years of examples, not just with me, but with other family members and other people. I have seen how this person is. I have seen patterns of behavior. And at some point I had to say, Naila, stop being in denial. The more you stay in denial about who this person is, you have enough examples, you have enough evidence. The longer you stay in denial, the more you are going to subject yourself to further pain, to further disappointment, to further chaos and conflict and disruption of your peace. And my peace is the most important thing to me. And even if that meant that I needed to cry for the next few weeks, that a brother that I wanted to be close to me, that I wanted to keep a close bond. We lost our mother at a young age. I was 10 when I lost my mother. My brothers were in their 20s, right? So as much as I wanted to keep the family together and have this fantasy, I had to accept the reality. And although that was very painful and it took quite some time to get through, I'm at a much better place now because I am accepting. I am not angry. I am not hurt. I am accepting. Yes, it is sad that this person cannot be who I want them to be, but me being in denial is not going to change them. And that is what I want you to remind yourself. You being in denial about who this person is, whether it be a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, you being in denial is not going to change who they are. The only thing it's going to do is cause you further pain. I hope this message was helpful for you today. This is a hidden manipulative tactic and strategy that is used coming in to give fake support. It is a way to get in. It is a way to get back control. It is a way to break you from the inside, right? As they say, destroy from the inside. You can't do much on the outside. They have their own hidden agenda, their own motive. And when you are desperate to have them be in your life, when you are desperate to pretend that they are someone who they are not, that is when you are now your own worst enemy. Okay? I know this can be challenging. If you want any further support, you can reach out. We have a free membership group. So go ahead and click the link below if you want any further support with that. If you want to email me directly, there's different ways of contacting me, different ways of getting support. And we can talk more about this also on a private end. Everything is in the description box below. Again, I hope this was helpful for you. And if there's someone that you know that is dealing with a toxic or narcissistic family or romantic relationship, don't be selfish. Go ahead and share this episode with them. And I will see you in the next episode. You take care.